Welcome back to Easy English Talk Podcast.
You know someone who's really smart, really talented, maybe even brilliant, but somehow they never quite succeed. And then there is someone else, just average, nothing special, but they keep winning. Welcome to Easy English Talk Podcast. I'm Ryan, and with me is Priya. Today we're discussing why talented people fail while average people win.
Thanks, Ryan. This is such an interesting topic because we all see it happening, and honestly, it is confusing.
It really is. We're going to talk about why this happens, what goes wrong, and what talented people can learn from average people who succeed. By the end, you will understand the real reasons behind success and failure.
Perfect. Let's start with the big question. Why does talent alone not guarantee success?
That is the heart of the problem. Many talented people believe their talent is enough. They think success will just come naturally.
Right, and that belief can be dangerous. Talent gives you a head start, but it does not finish the race for you. You still need to put in the work.
Exactly. Talented people sometimes rely too much on their natural abilities. They don't push themselves because things come easy at first.
And that is where the trouble begins. When challenges get harder, they're not prepared. They never built the habit of working through difficulty.
Meanwhile, average people know they have to work harder from the start. They don't have natural talent to lean on, so they build discipline early.
Yes, discipline becomes their strength. They show up every day, even when it's hard. And over time, that consistency beats raw talent.
So the first big problem is that talented people often lack discipline. They skip the boring, repetitive work. They want results fast.
Average people, on the other hand, understand that success is slow. They are okay with doing the same thing over and over. They trust the process.
Let me give you an example. Imagine two writers. One is naturally gifted with words, the other is just okay.
The talented writer might write a brilliant story once in a while, but the average writer writes every single day, even when it's bad. After a year, who do you think has improved more?
The average writer for sure, because they practiced constantly. The talented one waited for inspiration.
Exactly. Talent without practice is like a car without fuel. It looks good, but it does not go anywhere.
Another big problem is that talented people often fear failure. They're used to being good at things, so when they fail, it hits them harder.
That is true. Failure feels personal to them. They think, I'm supposed to be good at this. What happened?
And that stops them from trying new things. They stay in their comfort zone. They avoid risks.
Average people don't have that problem. They're used to failing. It doesn't scare them as much.
Right. They fail, learn, and move on. They don't attach their identity to being the best. They just focus on getting better.
This mindset difference is huge. Talented people think, I'm talented, so I should succeed. Average people think, I will keep trying until I succeed.
One mindset is fixed, the other is growth-oriented, and growth mindset wins every time. Carol Dweck talks about this in her research.
Yes, she explains that people with a growth mindset believe they can improve. They see effort as the path to mastery. Talented people with a fixed mindset think ability is everything.
So, when things get tough, fixed mindset people give up. Growth mindset people push harder. That's the difference.
Another issue is that talented people can be overconfident. They think they know better. They don't listen to advice or feedback.
True. Average people are more humble. They ask questions, they learn from others, they stay curious.
Humility is such an underrated quality. It keeps you open to learning, and learning never stops if you want to succeed.
Talented people sometimes think they have already arrived. They stop learning, and that is when they start falling behind.
Meanwhile, the average person keeps reading, practicing, asking for help. They know they are not perfect, and that honesty helps them grow.
Let me ask you this, Priya. What about focus? Does talent affect how people focus?
Oh, absolutely. Talented people often have many interests. They are good at a lot of things.
And that sounds great, but it can be a trap. They spread themselves too thin. They never master one thing.
Exactly. Average people usually focus on one thing. They put all their energy into it.
And mastery comes from focus. You cannot be great at everything. You have to choose.
Yes, and talented people struggle with that choice. They do not want to give up any opportunity, so they end up being decent at many things, but great at nothing.
While the average person becomes the best in their one area, they own that space. They become the expert.
Focus also means saying no. Average people who succeed learn to say no to distractions. Talented people often say yes to everything.
That is such a simple but powerful point. Success is not about doing more, it's about doing the right things consistently.
And talented people sometimes miss that. They think being busy means being productive, but it doesn't.
All right, let's talk about another big issue. Talented people often struggle with patience. They want success now.
Yes, because things came easy early on. They expect everything to work fast, but real success takes years.
Average people understand this better. They know they're playing a long game. They're not looking for quick wins.
They build slowly, step by step. They celebrate small progress, and that patience pays off.
Talented people, on the other hand, might quit too soon. They try something for a few months. If it doesn't work, they move on.
Right, they never give anything enough time to grow. Success needs time to compound. You cannot skip that.
Think about business owners. The talented entrepreneur might have 10 startup ideas. The average one focuses on one business for 10 years.
And that one business becomes successful because they stayed with it. They solved problems, they adapted, they did not give up. The talented person is still jumping from idea to idea.
Patience and persistence beat talent almost every time. You have to be willing to stay in the game even when it's boring or hard.
Another thing, Ryan, is that talented people sometimes do not build good relationships. They think they can succeed alone. They rely on their skills, not on people.
That is a huge mistake. Success is always about people. Connections, networks, relationships matter.
Average people understand this. They build friendships, they help others, they stay connected. And those relationships open doors.
Yes, someone might give them an opportunity, or recommend them for a job, or partner with them on a project.
Talented people miss out on this because they isolate themselves. They think, I am good enough. I do not need anyone. But everyone needs support.
And here's something interesting. Average people are often better at communicating. They explain things clearly because they had to work hard to understand them.
Oh, that is a great point. Talented people might understand things quickly, but they struggle to explain them to others.
Right, and communication is a huge part of success. You need to share your ideas, convince people, lead teams. If you cannot communicate, your talent stays hidden.
Average people develop that skill because they practice it. They know they have to be clear, simple, and persuasive, and that makes them more effective.
So talent isn't the only skill that matters. In fact, soft skills like communication, patience, and relationships often matter more. Talented people sometimes ignore these.
They do, and that costs them. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if no one likes working with you, you won't go far.
Let's talk about adaptability. How does that play into this? Do talented people struggle to adapt?
Often, yes, they get attached to their way of doing things. They think, this worked before, it should work now.
But the world changes. What worked 5 years ago might not work today. You have to adapt.
Average people are more flexible. They watch what works, they try new things, they adjust quickly. They're not stuck in old habits.
Talented people can be stubborn. They want to prove their original idea was right. They do not want to admit they need to change.
And that stubbornness can destroy them. Markets change, technology changes, people change. If you don't adapt, you get left behind.
Think about famous companies that failed. Blockbuster, Kodak, Nokia. They had talent, resources, everything.
But they didn't adapt. They stuck to what worked in the past. Meanwhile, smaller, more flexible companies took over.
Exactly. Adaptability is survival. Talented people need to learn this.
Another issue is entitlement. Talented people sometimes feel the world owes them success. They think, I am talented, so I deserve to win.
But the world does not care about talent. It cares about results, and results come from work, not from potential.
Average people don't feel entitled. They know they have to earn everything, and that mindset drives them forward.
Right. They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They hustle, they reach out, they take action.
Talented people might wait to be discovered. They think someone will notice them, but that rarely happens.
You have to make yourself visible. You have to put your work out there. Average people understand this. Talented people sometimes do not.
So, what can talented people learn from average people who succeed? Let's break this down into clear steps.
Great idea. First, talented people need to build discipline. Stop relying on natural ability and start building habits.
Show up every day. Do the work even when you do not feel like it. Consistency beats talent.
Second, embrace failure. Do not be afraid to fail. See it as feedback, not as judgment.
Average people fail all the time and keep going. Talented people need to do the same. Failure is part of the process.
Third, develop a growth mindset. Believe that you can improve. Do not think your talent is fixed.
Keep learning, keep growing, stay curious. Success is not about where you start. It's about how much you grow. That is what average people who win understand.
Fourth, stay humble. Listen to feedback. Ask for help. Learn from others. You do not know everything.
Humility keeps you open. It helps you improve faster, and it makes people want to support you.
Fifth, focus on one thing. Do not spread yourself too thin. Master one skill or one area.
Depth beats width. Average people focus deeply, and that focus leads to mastery. Talented people need to do the same.
Sixth, be patient. Success takes time. Do not expect quick results.
Play the long game. Build slowly and steadily. Trust that the work will pay off.
Seventh, build relationships. Success is about people, not just skills. Connect with others, help them, stay visible.
Your network is your net worth. Average people build strong networks. Talented people should too.
Eighth, improve your communication. Be clear, simple, and persuasive. Your ideas mean nothing if no one understands them.
Practice explaining things. Work on your speaking and writing. These skills multiply your impact.
Ninth, stay adaptable. Be willing to change your approach. What worked before might not work now.
Watch the market, watch the trends, stay flexible. Average people adapt quickly, and that keeps them relevant. Talented people need to let go of old ideas when necessary.
And 10th, take action. Do not wait to be discovered. Put yourself out there. Make things happen.
Average people create their own opportunities. They don't wait for permission. Talented people should do the same.
These 10 lessons can turn talent into success, but only if you apply them. Knowledge is useless without action.
So true. Talent is just the starting point. What you do with it is what matters.
And here's the good news. If you are talented, you still have an advantage. You just need to combine talent with the right habits.
Yes, imagine someone who is talented and disciplined, someone who has natural ability and also works hard every day. That person becomes unstoppable.
Exactly. Talent plus discipline equals greatness, but talent alone equals wasted potential.
And if you're average, don't worry. You already have the mindset and habits that lead to success. Just keep going.
Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep building. Average people win because they never stop. That is their superpower.
So whether you are talented or average, the path is the same. Work hard, stay humble, focus, adapt, and be patient. Success follows those who do these things.
Let me share one final thought. Talent is about potential. Success is about execution.
Beautiful. Potential means nothing if you do not execute, and execution is a skill anyone can learn.
So do not worry about how much talent you have. Focus on what you can control: your effort, your attitude, your consistency.
Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that separate winners from losers. Talent is just one small piece.
And here's something interesting. Many successful people were not the most talented, but they outworked everyone else.
Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. The ones who make it are not always the most gifted. They are the most determined.
They fall down and get back up. They fail and try again. They do not quit.
That resilience, that persistence, that grit, that is what builds success. Talent gives you a head start, but grit finishes the race.
So if you are talented, use it. But do not depend on it. Build the habits and mindset that guarantee success.
And if you feel average, be proud of that. You already know how to work hard. You already have the right mindset.
Just keep going. Do not compare yourself to others. Focus on your own progress.
Small improvements every day. That's the secret. Average people who win understand this.
And talented people who win understand it too. The common thread is always the same: hard work, discipline, patience, and consistency.
So the real question is not, am I talented enough? The real question is, am I willing to do what it takes? That is what separates success from failure.
Perfect summary, Priya. Talent is nice to have, but it's not everything.
Not even close. Success is built on habits, mindset, and action. Anyone can develop these things.
So stop worrying about talent. Start building discipline. Start showing up every day.
Start learning from failure. Start focusing on one thing. Start being patient with the process.
Do these things and success will come. It might take time, but it will come. That is the promise of hard work.
And that is why average people win. They believe in the process. They trust the work.
While talented people sometimes give up too soon, they lose faith when things get hard. They forget that success is a marathon, not a sprint.
So whether you're talented or average, remember this. Your starting point does not determine your ending point. Your effort does.
Perfect summary, Priya. Talent is nice to have, but it's not everything.
Not even close. Success is built on habits, mindset, and action. Anyone can develop these things.
So stop worrying about talent. Start building discipline. Start showing up every day.
Start learning from failure. Start focusing on one thing. Start being patient with the process.
Do these things and success will come. It might take time, but it will come. That is the promise of hard work.
And that is why average people win. They believe in the process. They trust the work.
While talented people sometimes give up too soon, they lose faith when things get hard. They forget that success is a marathon, not a sprint.
So whether you're talented or average, remember this. Your starting point does not determine your ending point. Your effort does.
Your consistency does. Your willingness to learn and adapt does. Those are the things that matter.
And if you do those things, you will win. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually you will win.
Because success rewards those who keep going. It does not care about talent, it cares about persistence.
So keep going, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how hard it gets.
Keep going. That is the secret. That is the only secret.
And if you do, you will look back one day and realize you made it. Not because you were the most talented, but because you never quit.
That is the power of persistence. That is the power of discipline. That is the power of believing in yourself and the process.
So to wrap this up, talented people fail when they rely only on talent. Average people win when they build the right habits.
And the best outcome? When talented people learn from average people, when they combine natural ability with discipline and hard work.
That is when you see true greatness. That is when potential becomes reality. That is when talent finally pays off.
So take these lessons seriously. Apply them to your life and watch what happens.
You will be surprised. You will achieve more than you thought possible because success is not about being born special.
It is about becoming special through effort, through growth, through never giving up. That is the real message here.
And that message applies to everyone, no matter where you start, no matter how much talent you have.
You can succeed. You just have to be willing to do the work and trust the process.
So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening today. We hope this discussion gave you a new way to think about talent and success.
Remember, talent is just the beginning. What you do with it is what counts. Build discipline, stay consistent, and keep going.
If you enjoyed this conversation, we have many other episodes waiting for you on the Easy English Talk podcast channel. Topics like overcoming fear, building confidence, and improving your daily habits, all designed to help you grow and succeed.
So explore those episodes when you're ready. There's so much more we want to share with you. Thanks again for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care, everyone. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you have what it takes. See you next time. Goodbye, and keep moving forward.